Hi everybody, this is Terry from Sweet Pea Papers, the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, the Sweet Pea Papers membership, YouTube membership, excuse me. We get 25% off the Ko-fi shop and 25% off all of my journals that I sell. Let's see, this is my design team project for Sunflowers and Doors. I'm using the Letters from the Attic kit and add-on. And we're on Video7, which is the cover. Now, I've pre-done a little bit. These are 9x6, and this is 2x6. I'm not done with the second signature, but we can make this anyway because I'm anticipating a 2-inch cover. That's going to be kind of a gap in here, so I may put something in here other than a cream color. I'm not sure yet, so I printed out one of the pages just in case, and then I've cut the one page and this page. We're going to cut this in half. I put half here and half here after we fold all the corners over. Then we're going to put these oh, they're printing right now. The borderless, you have to do it borderless so it fits this correctly. Papers, and it's 2 of these because we're going to put it behind, put these behind it, or in front of it, I mean, right? And then, like I said, I printed out the cream. I have a cream colored paper that matches the cover that I may do on the inside, but having only 2 signatures instead of 3, we're going to have, 1, 2, and then there's going to be kind of a gap. So, you can always go back in and punch another hole and add something else, a 3rd signature, something special or whatever. Then we're also going to, what did I do with my special stuff? That's on for signature 2. Did I leave it over here? The stuff we were going to put in the pockets. Remember, we were going to make pockets and put these things in the front. Let me fold up my paper trimmer. Okay, you don't have to print on the back. Here's one. Now it's going to turn the pattern sideways, so I'm going to do it this way. This way, so this little curl back part is at the bottom. Yeah, where are our special things that we're putting in the front and back covers? I had a problem with this losing stuff before. I swear I stacked it right to the side. I misprinted. I've got extra papers. Well, I haven't done the second signature yet. And I made extra pockets and tags. I don't know what I did with them, honestly. Well, that's just crazy. It was the thing with the round hole for the, or you know what I mean, round window. And the other thing for the other envelope. Okay, so first we have to put this cream colored paper on our book cover. So when I glued these on, I spaced these by using my bone folder. They're 1 inch up and 1 inch down approximately. I eyeballed it, and they are a little bit crooked. So the first thing you want to do is cut the corners. Let me get out my scissors. And you can use, what did I do with it? Oh, I think did I put it back here? I did this before. I put it in a special spot, and then I couldn't remember the special spot where I put my book. Oh, it's in the book binding stuff. And we're going to use the brown thread, I think. No, it's thin thread, so we'll use the white. This is a bookbinder's tool. You can use this to space the stuff, but it spaces it a little wide, okay, for me. And you could use this to cut the corners or to mark where to cut the corners. And this will give you a 45-degree angle. I cut just a little bit inside of it. Oops. I did it wrong again. That's it. It also has a ruler on it. Helps you make a hole. You can make a little circle for a hole. And I'm not really sure what that's for. If I decide to make the spine, the colored paper, you know, the pattern paper on the inside, I'm going to have to, you can get these on Amazon. You can check my shop on Amazon. There's a link below the video to see if it's over there. You can go to my Linktree new shop too. There's just some recommended kits and stuff there now. One of those little old-fashioned label makers. I didn't get a chance to do very much. I just did a search for paper crafts. And then put a few things in. I'm going to use the Linktree, which is linktr.ee, Sweet Pea Papers, for more paper stuff, whereas my Amazon shop is things that I use, all things that I use, and nothing that I don't. So there's some tools and stuff there. There's some paper there, things like that. More, you know, tool-like and necessary type stuff versus stuff you want to buy, like circus papers. Oh, I saw this circus kit and I really loved it. So I put that on there. The Linktree one. I think I put 2 circus ones. I love the circus. Well, I love Cirque du Soleil. Regular circus is kind of stinky. So then you want to fold all these up. You can rub on the edge here. Make it a little more accurate. Do it all the way around. Uh-oh, I got a glue problem here. That popped open. So we'll do that side last. Or second. Actually. Come on. I wonder if I hold it, if I can. Then you want to glue it. Anyway, I hope you join the new Sweet Pea Papers YouTube membership. We're going to start with some lives as soon as we get a couple more people in there. And everybody can see the live when it's live, but only members can see them as replays. Okay, so if you can't make it, you need to be a member to be able to go back and see the recording. Okay, just go like this and flip it forward. I'll get glue on here. I'll get that off. It's going to be underneath the, this isn't. Okay, my hand's dirty. No, that's the glue. That's why cream color does not. And white too. You can see the glue through it sometimes. I forgot to put glue on the cardboard itself, so it's not wanting to stick really well. Oh, I know what I did. Now that one's come apart. I didn't put any glue on the paper, you know, up and down. I just did the edges. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, that'll work. Our paper will cover that. I'm making marks on there. I think it's... I'm going to turn it over. Because I didn't do it in the order I normally do it. And that's why I forgot. Do it along the bottom. Up the side. Up this side. Down here. And then up and down. Up and down. And then do some across here. I found that helps grab it if you put glue on both sides. It's coming out a lot thicker. Now, poo. Hi, Oz. My dog's in here. He won't make any noise. He's just looking for pieces of paper. Okay. I'm so not happy with that. What happened? This doesn't matter. Looks like I'm gonna have a wrinkle. Makes me angry. I don't want to start all over. Looks like I was missing a little glue in this corner, so I stuck it in under the paper. This one's easier. Just flip it up, tip it forwards, and then slide it towards you. Man, I'm so thirsty. Iced coffee. It's 4:45 in the morning. Yay! Bright and early. Yeah, see, those corners are nice. Nice and pointy. A little glue under there. Straight across to get where it folds up. The edge. Get a little bit down in here. Whoops. Straight across down the corner, and then do your zigzag, and then do some on here. Okay. We're going to go up, forward, and then kind of mush it down a little bit. This paper has some impurities in it too. Part of it's glue. I'm only worried about the spots that show when you put the centerpiece on the spine. So we've got this one glued down. That glue squeezed out, didn't it? Look at that. That looks like a mess. I guess this is a journal I will be selling at a discount. Pencil mark? Nope, it's a brown spot. Okay, now we need to take this one, no, the one that's the right height, the inside cover one that was printed out with a border, but not fit to page. Why is that not big enough? Oh, because I have to cut it in half and move them over. Duh. We have to put our centerpiece in first. I think I'm going to go with, I mean, do I want the image 3 times? That's for the spine. Let me entertain you. So this would be the spine on the inside. This and this are going to be the outside cover. This is the spine. This is the inside cover that we put on after we decide what we want to do in the center. I kind of want to make the whole thing this. You know what I mean? Can I cut this down? Yeah. I already cut that down. Wow, this is awful short. Oh, I know why. Because the kits from that have the centimeter measurements come out shorter than the other ones. I probably should have cut these at or left them at 8.5 instead of trimming them. But let's cut it in half. This one's printed on the back, but obviously you don't need to. Darn it. Bumped right into it, didn't I? I don't know if I just accidentally had some steam in that image on the camera. Sorry about that if I did. Sometimes I unconsciously do stuff. My subconscious says e-cigarette. Okay, we've got these two. There's one. And I need to make this 4 inches wide. I have a 2-inch spine and an inch on either side. So let's do it in the center. I cut off the part of the pattern that has this for the spine. Okay, and we're going to glue that in. You want to make sure you get a lot of glue in the center. Otherwise, when you open and close your book, oh, I didn't do. You're going to want to kind of crease it right here. And crease it right here where it's going to fold. Crease it here. And crease it here. And we're going to do that again once we get our center paper in, and then we'll go all the way up. Don't use the pointy part because it will tear your paper. Okay? If you're inking, make sure to ink just the top and the bottom of this. Ink all the way around these. Okay? So let's put this cream paper back in its little spot. A little holder I have for papers. I have black and white and cream. All kinds of deal. Look at the lid on my glue. It's still crooked. When you do these, put Vaseline on here and then the glue won't stick. And you don't glue your lid together. No wonder I was having so much trouble with my ink bottle. Okay. Now I put these little circles so that I can slide it easier if I need to reposition it. A little bit of extra Fabri-Tac, never hurt anyone. Okay. And then I go like this with circles with a line too. That way we've got the edge, the very edge, and we hopefully don't have a problem like we did up there. We got the edge. Then go back with the zigzag. Go back with the zigzag or a loop, you know, whatever. And then I go back and forth here to hold the paper down in the center so it doesn't bubble up. But I fold the sides in. It doesn't look good when it does it. So putting enough glue on here is kind of imperative. Okay. So then we're going to flip it the way we want it. You're going to center it in the center. And then you're going to put it above and below the same amount. Yeah, this is a little short. That's a little crooked. Okay, it's a lot crooked. That still looks crooked. Doesn't look like I can slide it. Okay, now this is upside down, so we're going to have to turn it this way. Then we're going to glue these two pieces on. That way you won't have that big cream colored area between the signatures. I think that'll be better. So then you're going to glue these down. This is almost nice too. You know what I mean? The back. This is the page, the printing page. And we're going to move this out too. This one, I glue the edges right to the edges. Make sure it's right side up. Want this on the bottom, that's how you can tell. Line it up with this one. Put it out as far as you want. This way, however big you want the spine. I'm going to bring mine in just a little bit. I mean the border on the inside. I wish I could come down a little more. That little brown defect in the paper is showing. So you want to line those up even, and then you just want to rinse and repeat. I probably should have made the pattern the other way, even though it's upside down, that dark part. Well, it's on the same side on both, so I guess it's okay. I don't think I let that air bubble go. I'm going to do the stream a little bit thick because I want to make sure it sticks. Like right there where I stuck my finger in it. I always have glue all over my fingers. Right side up for the pattern. Line it up approximately the same as what you've got on the other side. And even with this. I roll these little ink balls right off onto the floor. Don't do that if you don't want them to stick to the floor. Because they do. I have carpet in here. It looks terrible. But I've been here 16 years. So if I ever move or when I die, I'm about to be 64 in a week. Which is nothing. My family lives to 90s and 80s. Okay. So now let's do this. We're going to do the spine on the outside before we make the holes. Yeah, I think that spine's going to be a little wide. Should have gone with the 1.5 maybe. I don't know. I haven't done the second signature yet, so I'll have to wait and see. I mean, I can take the stuff out and remake this spine, or remake the book cover. Yeah, 2 is pretty big. I need 3 signatures for a 2-inch spine. I should have done 1.5. Anyway, so let's turn this over. These are the 3 for here because we want to put them like this. So I'm going to cut this one down the center so that this is on the spine. Okay, so let's put the point here and then mark it here and here, and it'll be the full height of the page. which is longer than the inside. This is the full 8.5. Well, it's a little off. Not much. My mouth is so dry. I'm almost out of coffee, too. I do the spine first, and then I line up the front and back covers. But I also do the spine first, so if I want to, I can poke the holes and stuff before I do the front and back covers in case I make a mistake. And I have to start over. Oh, poo. Come on. You want this one to be down pretty good too. It will still pop up too, like the one on the inside can, if you don't glue it down firmly. All right, let's put this in the center. Run it up. Okay, so I just marked this. I eyeballed it. I didn't measure it. What is that? It looks straight. Okay, then we'll cut one of these in half. No, we don't. We turn it this way. And we mark where we want to cut it. This is our background. So I want to cut it right there. And I want to cut it right here. You do each piece separately. It takes a whole sheet. I just saw myself mark it. Can't be right. Yeah, it is. Where's my mark? I think I cut it off. Okay, so that's going to go there. Get another piece and turn it this way. I'm going to do this. Oh, that won't work. Because I want the, oh yeah, it will. But I want this side. Because I flipped it over. So I want the reverse. Which is, that way I get that pattern. That fleur-de-lis. Doesn't really matter, I guess, because we're going to cover it. But I want the same on both sides. I still can't believe I don't know where those envelopes and stuff are. We're still going to make the pockets on the inside. And I don't think we're going to need a ribbon to hold it closed. I think we might be able to make the pockets out of this. Or belly bands either. Oh no, I was going to use this one. This rose and this girl. Like a pocket out of this one and a belly band out of that one. That's what I was going to do. Well, it needs to be trimmed. Should be all right. Supposed to be. Okay, so now we've got these two that are hopefully the same size. Yep. And then we're going to put them on here like so. Okay. The other ones were printed on the back only because I thought I was going to use them to make flips and stuff in the second signature. But then I printed a whole bunch of extra ones that I didn't need. So now I have a choice, you know, of a colored background on the flip up or just the brown, which is kind of boring. Okay, you want to line this up with this spine paper and then make sure it's straight on your cover. Don't put it on here so it sticks out when it folds. Why is that paper taller? That won't work. We'll have to cut it down. Yeah, that's even. Somehow the spine is short. I could glue another piece over the top of the spine. This is crooked anyway. And we'll cut a longer piece and put it over that, because then it'll come up here and we won't notice. This was borderless, but I don't know how I cut it too long. I think I used the spine, didn't I? To measure the height. Oh, I was cutting the spine. Once I cut the spine too short, when I started to cut those papers too short, remember I said, oh no, we don't need to do that. We want to make sure to have room, you know, for our image on the front. I want to put this one this way. I want them to face each other. Okay, let's cut a new centerpiece. It's too short. Oh, I used a piece from the inside instead of the outside. Okay. And cut it this wide and this tall. Cut off my mark. Oh, it was on that side and I didn't see it. I'll make sure there's no other lines on the paper. Okay. Well, it's a smidge short. I forgot I had to match this on the bottom, but it will be fine for punching it. at the top. I like that, but too bad it's too short, but I like this image on the spine. These are all these other ones I have are printed with a border. I'd have to print a new paper to do the spine the same. You could punch a hole in this center and put a dangle on it if you have one, or make one. I like making them out of sari silk and beaded, thread or whatever. I'm going to put this at the top. And then just cover it. And then lay it down. And I just want to make sure you don't see the paper underneath or the lines drawn on there. Okay, so we've got that part done. Oh, I like that. That looks good. Now we'll need to do the holes. And we will do them from this side. So when it punches through, it'll punch through to the inside. Okay. I think I want to put them here. I don't want to put them like an inch and an inch. This is called a T-square. It's called that because it goes in a T, but there's a lip on this, and it catches on your book, and you can make a straight line that way. I like this width. I think that's going to be good, even though this spine center is off a little bit. Okay. Then turn it sideways. Get your crocodile out or whatever you're going to punch your holes with. And I go with the smaller holes when I use, when I don't use eyelets, which I'm not going to do. I'm just going to do the holes. Do this hole first, so then you can see it. When you do this one, then you line them up better. Oops, it's too far forward. I like it. And put it up too far. Just watched that show Carnival, the series. I watched 24 episodes. And then I had one of those endings, one of those endings that you're like, what? I don't mean to ruin it for anybody. It's a good show, though. I still recommend watching it. Okay. So we've got that. And they look even. Pretty close to even. Flip it over. See where you've got the little piece of paper and stuff? That way it's on the on the inside and not on the front. Okay, then we're going to get, oh, we're not done with the front cover. We're not done with the inside cover, but we can still put the strings in. I think we need 2 belly bands. I don't know though, things slide out of belly bands pretty easy. I think 2.5-inch pockets that go all the way across the bottom. Actually, I think a pocket that goes up and down the side is going to work better. And we need to do the front cover. Now, I don't know. I think I should put something else on here, like a word or, you know, something. But I'm not sure. Just like in Idiocracy, I'm not sure. All right, let's flip this over again. Got ahead of myself when I made the holes, but that's okay. And we'll put this on the front and this on the back. This is the stairway to the library. This is in the library. In the attic, in the library. And we're just going to center this. And then I think I'm going to put something in the corner here and something in the corner down here. Okay. Quote something. I'm not sure what. So this is pretty too. On the back of this one. Well, that's pretty too for this writing page. And then all you're going to do is put this in the center. I want a piece of brown paper around it. You know, like another border. You look with this one. I'll just take a gander and see what it would kind of look like with one of these. I'm not sure I like it with this. Not looking at the front right side. Let me look at the back side while I let the glue dry on that front paper. It would provide another layer though, wouldn't it? Okay. Let's cut this one here. Not going to cut the height. And that'll make the other one, you know, too small to use. We can make borders for our pockets. Where are we at? 48 minutes. We're probably not going to finish this. Let me put the strings in. I'll put the back cover on and then the strings in. And then you'll know how to do everything. You know how to put a pocket in. You know what I mean? So we're just going to glue this in. Remember, you're going to ink it if you're inking. Kind of wish I had inked. But, oh, I am inking. Gosh darn it. I did ink everything on the inside. Oh, well. I haven't inked anything on the cover, so might as well keep going with my flow. What a silly person. Yeah, because I got to go. Oh, no, I do have another one right here. I'm going to say because I have to go dig out another piece of craft paper anyway. But we'll do the back cover. Oh, should have cut the width. It's scrape glue along my. Oh, there's glue all over it anyway. Okay. It was too wide by a little bit. And I can still use this to measure the other one, even though it's glued down. Redo all the glue because it looks like it's kind of dry. Well, part of it's stuck on the book already. And do this. And then we'll put a string in, you know what I mean? A cord in to hold a signature. Maybe we can get both of them in before we get too far over the time. Yeah, that's good. And then you just glue this on. I have some book pages. I could border the saying with book pages and put it down. I think that would look kind of neat. Okay, we're going to put this in the center. Make sure it's right side up. I should have trimmed that at the top a little bit. There's a teeny smidge of white up there. Okay, so that's what the cover's going to look like. And you could put this on a piece of chipboard too and raise it up a little bit. I do that a lot of times too. Okay, so let's put a cord in so you can see how to do that. If you're going to put a ribbon to tie it shut, you need to do that before you do this. Or if you're going to put the two pockets in on the sides, then you can put it in after. You know what I mean? Because the pocket will cover where you've glued it. And then just put tape over it too so that you can slide stuff in and out and put the tape this way. All right? Does that make sense? All right. Here's our cord. This is 1.5 something cord. Now, I want to tie it on the inside. So I'm going to put this through. Whoopsie. We're doing the first signature. I'm going to put this through here. And then I'm going to run this around the outside. And then just to measure before I cut anything, which, oops, I want to do this. Then remember, you have to go back and put this through the bottom hole. And then all you have to do is tie them. Now, I'm going to show you how to put the signature in, which is easy. You just slide it in there and put the spine where the spine is. But you want to kind of tie this tight so it snaps. You know, you can snap it like a bed sheet. I have a little trouble doing that. It doesn't matter where the knot is because you're able to move it. Okay, see that? You can snap it. And then you just trim it down. And then I put them at the top so they don't interfere, you know, with the pages. So I put the knot at the knot at the top. Then to put your signature in, here's our finished signature. You just open it to the center. Oh, look at that. That's torn. How in the world? Can the glue come out? No. There it did. Got caught on something. little repair work. Okay, go to the center. I don't know what that was either. See, I still have a little bit of work to do in here. 4 pages, so I'm going to take this back out. And then you just lift up your elastic and slide it in. This one's a little tall. Yeah, I forgot about these books being shorter. So this really needs to be tighter so they don't really slide up and down too much, because see, the signature's small for this one. So this is not my best ingenuity. Should have made the cover shorter, you know, a little narrower. And there's the signature cover, front and back. And I can just slide it right back out and then work on it and put it back in. Maybe 2 inches is going to be good. Well, I guess it probably will be. I'll glue the cover on. Oh, I don't have the brown one cut. Anyway, okay, that's an hour. See, that's a little floppy, so I think the space between the spine and the book cover itself is too big. You know what I mean? I don't really like them that floppy. Didn't realize it was that wide apart. So I guess use my bone folder and then to get it all straight and everything, and then move it in just a smidge. Okay, so I'll put this on, then this on the front, the 2 pockets on the inside using this paper, and then I will locate the stuff to put in the pockets. I can't believe I don't know where they are. That's crazy. That's craziness, you guys. I have no idea where they went. Wow. All right. Maybe it's over in the package with my, or the storage thing with my January, journal, July, journal. Okay, well, we're 58 minutes, so that's good. And I will see you in the next video, which is video 8, and that will be the flip through, and that'll be skip a day, and I publish on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So, you know, this will be Wednesday, I think. And I will see you then sometime in August. Bye.